Hey, what's happening, gamers? How's everybody doing this afternoon? It's time for more LEGO DC Supervillains. This is episode 28. We're calling it Sad Hero Time because I can't really think of a cool title. Plus, we have a really interesting picture on the thumbnail because reasons. Thought it was kind of funny. Your first like goal is 100 likes. We're going to try to do all the hero levels, at least attempt them, and see if we can't basically finish this game off. The only thing left to do is to get characters from the briefcase and to do the DLC levels, which we can do at any time. So tomorrow at 4 o'clock will not be LEGO DC Supervillains, even if it gets 1,000 views. Tomorrow will be Little Kitty Big City. So that's the newest game that's going to be coming to the channel. And possibly there will be a showcase of the new Pac-Man game over the weekend. So gonna try. Uh, so, and of course, you guys have Megaton and Sandland tonight. So it's a PS5 day, all PS5.
Hi.
Hi.
I know, I'm wearing my little... It's supposed to help me sit up straight while I'm on the slouchy couch.
Okay, it looked like you were wearing some type of bulletproof vest or like some type of pistol holster.
I'm not wearing a holster.
Right, spy Ambi.
I am not a spy. Would a spy wear a pink holster unless she was a really cute spy?
If she was a cute spy, maybe. I had a very intense Mega Man stream yesterday that wiped me out. I didn't get done streaming until almost 5 in the morning.
So I'm wearing this... Luke is looking at me right now. I don't know. I guess I could take a picture of myself, but I don't know. So I found this thing online that I bought like 4 or 5 months ago. And it is a back straighten upper because I am on a very slouchy couch. I'm not going to get a new couch, so basically this thing has me sit up straight. But Luke says it looks like I'm wearing a holster.
Mm-hmm. It does.
It's very straight. Like when I was driving today, I was sitting up extremely straight in the car.
SWAT Amber. Huh.
Oh yeah, I do kind of look like I would be like pulling someone over or something.
My man! Been waiting for you. Oh yeah, nothing better than a brought-it-on steak and a cup of space fuel for breakfast. So I've been paid to get you up to speed about what them Justice League geeks have been up to. Sure, not Lobo's usual gig, I hear you say. And sure, I don't even get to bust some heads. But even an intergalactic bounty-hunting stud of a biker like me gotta pay bills. My client be paying a serious tankload of creds. Now, if I'm right, them Justice Dweebs just got back to their stupid space tower. And you're all like, but Lobo, where have they been? Why have we been playing with bad guys? Where's our main man, Batman? Well, they've been doing time and apocalypse, which sounds pretty sweet. You got lava fields, a population of pure maniacs, and the big old bad dark side running the whole show. Anyhow, those Justice Leaguers got dumped slap bang in the middle of all this after being duped by them Earth 3 crime syndicate chumps. Bats, the fishy one, and the space cop with the green ring ended up in Granny Goodness's orphanage. Oh, you be thinking that sounds like a pretty nice place to hang out, sipping milk and cookies. Wrong! That old bag is one straight up hard as nails granny. So them Justice boys, well, they wake and they see nothing but pretty wool patterns. And you say, Lobo, maybe old Granny gone soft and whipped them up some ill-fitting sweaters. Wrong again, sunshine.
Wakey, wakey, Justice League! We wouldn't want you to sleep through all the fun now, would we?
And just heads up, guys, I am a little nauseous, so I'm chewing some gum to help with the nausea. It's a special type of gum. But a lot of you are asking, how can Mark Hamill be in multiverses if he said he is done voicing the Joker? That's actually a very simple explanation. the Joker was data mined in multiverses when Kevin was still alive. So that means that Mark did the ADR and voiceover for the character during the pandemic. Most likely. Same thing with Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3. Both Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill will appear in that movie, meaning they both did the voiceover early on. Remember, a lot of these movies and games were in development Hades because of the pandemic, so production either was halted or it was slowed down dramatically. So Joker was not a launch character when the beta happened. But he was data mined a long time ago, along with Gandalf and a bunch of other characters, so it would be not unreasonable that Joker's voiceover was already done beforehand, and they just had Mark come in and polish it up, like, you know, for this new May release. That's my reasoning.
Hi, Mi-sung Park. Thanks for saying hi to me. Hope you're having a nice day. Great to see you, Mi-sung, watching from Seattle.
Leave this to me.
Yeah, Joker was already planned, and he was data mined. The data mine characters that I remember, because I always had people coming to my Multiverse stream telling me who was coming. They said Duck Dodgers, Joker, Gandalf. I don't believe Legolas they ever said. There was a Ben 10, supposedly, and Raven, and there was one other girl character, I don't remember. And I was like, well, that's cool, but I've never seen these people. And you know, it's because I had like 100 or 200 people on my Multiverse streams. I always had people, you know, coming to my streams and talking about all this data mine stuff that I knew nothing about. I was always kind of like, oh, that's fascinating, I can't wait to see some of these characters. And then, you know, when the game was getting canceled, or was rather getting repolished and repurposed or whatever, those people stopped coming. But yeah, Joker was always planned. And who would you get to voice the Joker but the best living Joker? Will Mark ever reprise his role again? I don't know. That man... Mark is a strange person. He's a very... He says he's not going to do something, but then he always ends up doing it. And also, when Mark needs money, Mark does stuff. But he's a typical Hollywood person. I'll give you a core example. He said, based on a lot of stuff going on in the world, he wasn't going to support Biden, and now he's supporting Biden again. So, I mean, he kind of flip-flops his decisions. Same thing when he said, when Kevin was still alive and he quit Arkham, he said, I'm never voicing the role of Joker again after Arkham City. And then 2 years later, he came back voicing the Joker, not only in the sequel to Arkham City, but he played Joker in Justice League Action Heroes, or Justice League Heroes, or Justice League Action. So, I mean, Mark, you can never take him at his word, because you never know what he's going to do. He flip-flops all the time. He changes his mind constantly, because he doesn't get that many roles anymore. You know? It's just what Mark... You can never really count Mark Hamill at his word. Like, he says he's going to do something, but he always backtracks. And then he acts like... What I don't like about Mark is he always acts like he never said it. When people have it on record... Even the publication I worked for had an interview with Mark Hamill saying that he was quitting the Joker. Like, and that was after he was like, well, what can we do from here? He says, this is a great, you know, thing to go off on. I died, you know, it's a twist and all this other stuff. He says, we can't top this. We can't top this. Why would I voice the character? Came back, did the Killing Joke. Came back, did this. You know, and then it's always a big deal. Mark Hamill returns as the Joker. It's almost like it's a marketing stunt, personally. So, I don't know.
Oh, like he makes people think that he's not going to do it, and then he magically comes back.
No, I just think Mark is wishy-washy, personally. You know, he's an older man in his 50s. He can't get a lot of work. You know, he's just, I don't know. He would make a terrible politician because he'd always be changing his mind. Like,
Doesn't that make a great politician, though?
depends on what the issues are. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna blow all this stuff up. I think we could blow this one up.
I like Joker and Batman fights. It's funny. Yeah, definitely. Especially the Lego fights. Mi-sung, definitely.
Yep.
Hi, everybody. Hi, good to see you. Hi, J-Cat. How's it going? Hope you're having a good day. Hi, Tom says Amber is going undercover again. Just kidding. SWAT Amber says, GameWing.
Very much SWAT Amber.
Hi, HM. Hi, Shadow Trooper. Hi, Tim Reed. Hello, Mi-sung Park. Hi, John Doe. Hi, Sammy Bear King. Hi, Anthony's Galactic Games. Hi, Dragon Girl. Hi, Alpha. Hi, Brandon Williams. Hi, HM. Hi, Trevor. Hello, Paladin Prime. Good to see you, John and everyone. Sammy and HM. Good to see you guys.
You know, Darkseid's palace has got kind of this whole evil Greek thing going on. Like, I wouldn't expect Darkseid's place to look this nice.
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess after he's done pillaging and burning everyone, he wants somewhere to come that's relaxing.
It looks like kind of like a sauna type thing, or this is some type of really hoity-toity bathroom.
Place.
I don't know. It's
he
interesting.
Appreciates the finer things in life, like a real supervillain should.
Yeah, I mean, he's not really a supervillain. He's more like a dictator. He's more like a evil king or something. I mean, he has superpowers.
You would think he would live in like a red and black and lava and like things with skulls all over it.
He usually does.
But it's kind of weird that he's living in such a nice environment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking that. Alright, so we got... How many bricks have we gotten so far? We've only got one mini kit. Oh, no, we got the red brick.
So if he changes perspectives all the time, he's kind of like a hypocrite if he says one thing.
Bingo. Yes.
Brandon.
Yeah,
he
just...
changes his mind.
He changes his mind constantly. Like, I told people years ago, and I got ratioed on Twitter back then. I said, Mark's saying he's not coming back as a Joker. I told somebody, I said, I'll bet you $100 that Mark will be back in the next Arkham game. And people are like, oh no, it's not going to happen. This was his swan song. He's not coming back, blah, 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 blah. And then they were like, Mark Hamill, 2 years later, they're like, Mark Hamill returns in Arkham Knight. They just didn't talk about it until after the game came out. And then he returned again. He says, I'm done with the role. And he came back for Arkham VR. I'm done with the role. Justice League Action. Killing Joke. On and on it went. People were surprised he didn't voice Joker in Hush, because every time the other Joker actors that Warner Brother has, not very good. And John DiMaggio, someone who people thought would come back and voice the Joker, hasn't really come back either. He's a decent Joker, but he doesn't want to do the role. As long as Mark's around, he doesn't want to do the role because he feels weird doing it.
Yeah.
He's a great Joker, though. I loved his Joker in Batman Under the Red Hood, but he's like a one-performance kind of guy. There's something here, somehow.
Oh, you tried to leave a comment, but it was glitching out and it went to the short instead? Jessica, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but the short did really well today. You guys are awesome, thank you. Evil Superman.
Yeah, great job pushing the shorts today, guys.
Hey guys, why is, you see how this thing is blinking? It's showing that there's a mini kit here, as well as there's a mini kit below, but I can't get to those places. No, Batman, don't go! No, don't go down! No!
This is the Granny Goodness Orphanage, says John Doe.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh, I didn't know that. So she has an orphanage?
Yeah, this is a Granny Goodness orphanage.
Finding Nemo 3 and Incredibles 3 might be in the works, Brandon.
I mean, Incredibles 3 is fun. I like the Incredibles.
Sounds cool.
But yeah, don't... Mark Hamill's a hypocrite, so don't take him as his word. That's basically the only thing you can do.
Yeah, like he'll change his mind.
If he needs money and he's desperate and his Star Wars royalties are drying up, he's gonna go back to his... Because Star Wars, he hates Star Wars now. Like, Mark will... he's already given it... You know he hates Star Wars when he said... What was it? A couple years ago, he was like... I'm totally fine with them recasting Luke. He says, I've already played the character, and, you know, they basically stabbed him with a lightsaber with his Luke. So he's traumatized. He'll never play Luke again. In a video game, anything. He's done. He came back for The Mandalorian because, like, that was kind of like his way of being like, I get to do something cool with my character. You know? But even then, the Disney Star Wars people hated it. Like, they were like, oh, why bring Luke Skywalker back? They could have done this. It should have been Ahsoka. It should have been all this other stuff.
Because he's the main character of the entire Star Wars saga.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, when he saw, like, he was hoping for a unified reaction, probably, and he didn't get it.
That's because people are morons today. They don't understand the point of... Kathleen Kennedy has confused the point, you know...
Oh, she's ruined Star Wars.
George Lucas, every time he's asked, what was the point? What was the vision? He always says the same thing. He always says the same thing. He always had a clear vision of why he made Star Wars. He never has changed on that. He said, I was trying to make a saga to show what it was like for an empire to grow and then become corrupt and then turn into the bad people. And what happens when that needs to be overthrown. That was his whole idea. He says that every time in an interview. And she has confused the situation.
Yep.
She has said, oh, it's about the Force being female. Oh, it's about, you know, it's about people having powers and, you know, people being, you know, Mary Sue's. She doesn't know what the point of it is. She doesn't know that the point is Luke Skywalker changed everything so that he could make, you know, change what happened with his father. Yeah, it's a father and son story.
I'll be completely honest with the whole Star Wars situation. The only way Mark will come back and do anything Luke Skywalker is if George directs. If George is the producer and the person behind the thing doing Star Wars, then I guarantee you that both, if he's, you know, still around, Harrison Ford and, like, all the living Star Wars actors would, you know, jump at a moment's head. They would just, as soon as it's announced, they would want to be involved. Because they love George and also they love Star Wars that George does. Neither Mark or Harrison Ford or any of the living Star Wars actors, probably even Billy D. Williams, will ever come back to Star Wars. I don't think so.
The main characters of Star Wars to me is Luke Skywalker and his dad. You know, Anakin Skywalker had too much pressure on him, had too many things going on in his life. He had so much pressure to bring balance to the Force. He was supposed to bring balance to the Force. He didn't. But his son did.
I'm going to interrupt you real quick.
I'm done.
Hey, Game Wing, why does this beeping here? See how this has a, is the radar broken? It's saying that there's a piece of the mini kit here, but I can't get to it. I can't break this thing. As far as I know, I can't break this. Super Strength doesn't work, Laser Vision doesn't work, but see how the mini kit, it's pointing? I'll move on once I know what this is. Is this a glitch? What's going on?
Does anyone know what we're supposed to do at this point? John Doe says this is where somebody met their wife in this game. A character.
I got it already? Then why is it still blinking? That doesn't make any sense. Why is it still blinking?
So, oh, I'm sorry. That's what Sammy said. That's where Mr. Miracle met his wife, says Sammy. Oh,
yeah, in the orphanage. I thought, like, some streamer or somebody met their wife in the game. I was like, are they a real person or are they a Lego?
No, he's talking about a character.
Oh, okay.
Even I can figure out that.
Yeah, well, I'm having some weird stuff with my head today. I think it's because I streamed until 5 in the morning. And the Mega Man game was very draining. I beat it, of course, but still.
I'm waiting for my Advil to kick in. My tooth actually hurts tremendously
I'm
today.
so sorry.
It's okay. I went and brushed it a little bit more and it felt better, but oh my gosh, without the Advil, I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, John, I thought they were going to recast Mark Hamill for the Joker role in Multiverses because, you know, the character wasn't ready, but I guarantee you that he already broke his word because they probably had to have him come on and do more ADR. because there's other characters that were not announced during there are new characters that are coming out that were not part of the data mine. So he had to interact with those characters. I still want to know, what are they going to do with Batman? Because there's no way they had everything ready when, like, they're going to plan on releasing characters all the time. That's why, if they're doing a multiverse thing, they should really have another actor as a different Batman skin, voice Batman, to interact with these different characters that are going to come out. Because the whole cool thing about multiverses, like Injustices, the characters are aware of other characters around them. And they say them by name and stuff like that. And I think it would be terrible if they had Kevin, you know, as a AI or something. But they have, you know how they have other character skins in multiverses that are voiced by different actors? You could have a different Batman actor come back, or even have Will give him like a Batman Beyond skin and have Batman Beyond interact with like all the new characters, or Dietrich Bader or Troy Baker or somebody, you know, because they've already shown that there's multiverse Batman in that game. You had Batman Ninja, you had I think you had Blackest Night Batman, like the zombie, and there's all kinds of different Batman skins that you probably could have done that. So I don't know what they're gonna do.
When I find you.
And you can bet they're gonna make a big deal about like Post-Mortius performance by Kevin Conroy in both what do you call it, Multiverses and Crisis on Infinite Earths, because Warner Brothers is trying heavily to distance themselves from the disaster of the Suicide Squad. So you can bet next month they're going to be heavily talking about that VR game for Quest, about Arkham, because they want to get rid of the stain of the Suicide Squad.
Okay.
Yep. That was kind of a PR nightmare for them.
Alright, so yeah, OH was saying, I can't, I'm not on the video at the moment. Let's see if I can get back on it. Alright, last night's Mega Man stream was very intense, especially when he had to fight Dr. Cossack, who looks exactly like Luke.
Yeah, he looks like me.
Why does a character look like you? That's weird.
Time travel?
What do you mean he looks like you?
Type Dr. Cossack on Google and look at me. It's me in a lab coat.
It is not.
It is too. It's the closest 8-bit version of myself I've ever seen in a game.
That doesn't look like you.
Yes, it does. I'm talking about the NES sprite, not the art. Art doesn't look like me. It looks like a Russian guy. Look at the NES sprite. Sprite looks like me. Even I saw it, Amber, and I was tired. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm beating myself up. It looked like me.
It does not.
It does.
That does not look like me.
Yes, it does.
Divine art.
You can't find a sprite of me?
It doesn't look anything like you.
Yes, it does. That is totally me. You can't see it. That is me. Look.
It doesn't look like you.
Yes, it does. That is me. I don't wear a lab coat, honey. That is me. That looks like my anime avatar of myself. And when I have my beard like that, that totally looks like me as an NES character.
That's not how I see you.
Well, then you see me wrong, because even everybody said Luke looks like NES Dr. Cossack. And it's like, yes.
Really? They think you look like that person?
Yeah.
Well, I just don't see it.
No, you don't need to see it. It's right there.
I guess they have similar color hair, but I don't think it looks like you. I don't know.
The pick is here for the last mini kit. The pick is here? I still need 2 mini kits, Game Wing. But I will look around. Alright, Joker, you can climb an ooze. Look how he stomps in it. I love this. I love how like they make Joker like he's so thrilled to be going through the ooze. Like they just made this Joker have a lot of fun. Let's see if the other Joker sprite does that. The other Joker sprite, like, jump around in the... Yeah, he does. He's splashing around like a little kid inside of the toxic waste. That's kind of funny. Alright, so where does the chicken go? No, I know that, but where does the chicken go? To the table? Oh, it goes in the... Ugh. So we're making soup? It doesn't look like soup. It doesn't look like soup at all. I'm missing one ingredient somehow. Is that sausage? What is that? Okay, I got it. It looks like sausage, and it goes in the soup, and it's gonna make something. There it is. There's a mini kit. Okay, so then we just need one more thing for the mini kit, and the mini kits are done. Yeah, you can't go in poison goop. I don't know what you were thinking, but you can't do that. Now they're saying there's a mini kit above us. So we got the hidden character, we got the red brick, we just need one more mini kit. The mini kit is pointing... Oh, there it is, up there. Zatanna, can I get you to do your magic thing? There it is! We're done! We are done! 5, 1, 1, 4, 1, done! Yatta!
Great job.
Well, that was help with the chat. I didn't do much. I mean, I helped.
Great job, chat.
Great job, chat. Good job, chat. Yatta! Yeah, I was just thinking about this, but the way that Mark is like such a hypocrite sometimes, I think that he also used to use Kevin as a shield for like whenever Mark would change his mind, he'd be like, "Well, I heard Kevin was a part of this project, so you know." So it's kind of like...
Oh, so he used him kind of in a way.
Not in a mean way, but, I mean, I think he realized that he put his foot in his mouth years ago. Like, because he tried to walk back that he said he was retiring, but there's a Game Informer article, there was a Got Game article, there was an IGN article, and there was a... OneUp.com article, all talking about Mark made this big announcement after Arkham City that he was retiring.
So basically what we're saying is that Kevin is much more aware of what he's promised and what he hasn't promised and what he said and he hasn't, or I mean obviously Kevin's not around.
Kevin's not around anymore.
But he was much more aware of that when he was alive. He was more, what do you call it? Just... I don't understand the word, but just careful with what he was saying. He didn't make promises he wasn't going to keep. But Mark, he ended up saying something just because he felt it in the moment. And then, if Kevin, like, if he was like, nah, I'm not going to do that, that role looks stupid. And then Kevin was like, okay, I'll do it. And then Mark's like, well, I guess Kevin's a part of this, I'll do it.
Kind of
changed his mind.
The problem is Mark used to be really good in the 70s and 80s and 90s, and then in the 2000s he kind of became your typical far left Hollywood person.
He's on Twitter too much.
And he's always spouting nonsense, or he's always getting into things that he shouldn't really be a part of because he knows nothing about it. Like, I think Mark Hamill is a nice guy, but when he runs his mouth, he looks like an idiot. So, the only thing that he could do is, well, I can't convince people that I never said that I was going to quit playing the Joker, even though I did say it. So I'm going to have to find a way around this. I will only do projects that Kevin Conroy is a part of. That was his way of doing things.
And now he's going to actually have to stand on his own 2 feet.
Nope, now he's going to say, when he does interviews, I guarantee you he's going to be like, oh, well, I mean, Kevin was involved in that project, and even though he was gone, it's like we're still working together, because I'm still technically interacting with his Batman, even though we weren't in the same room. He's gonna say something like that.
So
I
he's
bet.
basically gonna use a roundabout way to.
Yeah.
Basically, he's gonna like not be clear about anything.
No. He's gonna tiptoe around it. He's gonna lie, and he's gonna find a way of saving face.
I have the same thing. It's like Mark Hamill, one of my favorite actors, because Luke Skywalker, one of my favorite characters in Star Wars, probably my favorite character.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, like that was when I wrote to George Lucas when I was 13. You know, I said my favorite character is Luke. So like, and I got that cool Luke Skywalker card. So obviously, he's my favorite character.
Obviously.
But I have, you know, he's such a great actor. But at the same time, yeah, you have to admit, like, it's like he goes from like doing a role of the Joker to like randomly. You know, two countries are having a squabble, and then he randomly says his opinion about it, like online, when he doesn't know the situation at all. Like, he's like getting into international politics and like, you know, all kinds of stuff where he spouts about his mouth about all his opinions, where it's like, how are you qualified to even have an opinion on this for being an actor? I'm not trying to be rude, but I mean, I just think Denzel Washington is the man. When somebody came up and asked him about, you know, who he was going to vote for at one point, and he said, "Why would you ask my opinion? I'm an actor." He said, "I don't have a degree in international politics."
I love Denzel Washington.
And that was so, he is so, like, there's so much wisdom in what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's trying to give a clue to everyone else. Why are you asking actors in general?
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't have degrees in international politics. They're actors.
Yep, exactly.
He's trying to give people like a, you know, an idea here.
Yep, but I guarantee you, he's gonna try to walk it back, and when he'll say, "I never said that I was not doing it anymore," when Kevin passed away. Also, Kevin's in this movie. I guarantee you, because people are going to want to interview and ask him because he's the current voice of Skeletor. So Mark is still going to be in the public eye for quite a while. Like, because you can bet, unless the Netflix series didn't do well, like, the recent He-Man show was actually really good. Like, they did a great job. Kevin basically kind of, like, he kind of turned the car around. The car was heading toward a cliff, you know, strapped with TNT inside the car. The car was doomed. He-Man was over. And then, even though most of the He-Man fans did not watch Revolution, Revolution was a good show. They course-corrected, and they course-corrected magnificently. It was a good show. It had good writing, it had good characteristics. It was good. The problem is, not a lot of people watched it because of how bad Revelations was. So Mark is Skeletor now. Like, Skeletor will be back. Most likely, if the, you know, series gets renewed. We don't know if it gets renewed. They actually left it in a place where they could continue the franchise with kind of a mini cliffhanger, but also there's kind of like an open-endedness to it, like more than He-Man Revelation had. So if the show did well enough, then we'll probably see Mark come back. But Mark has other shows that he's doing. But at the same time, the thing that I don't like about Mark Hamill is he, like, kind of has this snide way of talking where... and again, it's only started to happen in the 2000s where he looks at the camera, he's like, "I never said that." And it's like, literally, there's articles after articles and audio and video interviews of him saying, "I'm done playing as the Joker," you know. Let someone else do it. All the others, you know.
It obviously, I mean, he almost feels like a supervillain to me, where he
kind of
he's above everyone else. Like, everyone else can be held accountable to what they say in an interview. But because Mark Hamill is so, like, he is Luke Skywalker, he is the Joker, he's one of the most famous people on the planet, because he's so famous, it's like, the rules don't apply to him. Like, he's explaining, like, the interviewer is saying, "Well, you said this," and he's explaining to them, well,
Red Brick,
like, kind of like, okay, like, he's talking to interviewer like they're a little child, like, "Oh, let me explain to you what I mean, because the rules don't apply to me.
There was context to what I was saying.
I'm Mark Hamill,
yeah.
So when I say something, it's different than when other people talk, because, you know, I can basically get away with whatever I want. I'm Mark Hamill." Like, so it really feels, I mean, I don't want to say what I'm thinking, but it feels, you know, superiority complex the way he acts.
There are some very humble voice actors, like Peter Cullen, and like Kevin Conroy was, and the voice of Batman Beyond. And then there's some really pretentious individuals like Mark Hamill, Michael Bell, you know, and that's just who they are, you know. They're very larger-than-life characters that they expect to be the center stage.
Yeah, it's like opera divas or people that just, they come in and it's like, oh, there was a news article just recently where some kind of YouTuber or like pop star or something, I don't know who knows, some kind of famous person, I think it may have been a streamer, they went into a restaurant and they were like, okay, well, here's your check. And they were like, well, I'm famous, so I don't actually need to pay for this.
Oh my gosh,
Tried
no way.
to leave. Just saw that article pop up.
No way.
This is the way some people actually act, and they get offended if you say, well, no, actually, everyone needs to pay for their meal because that's how it works here. And they're like, well, you don't know who I am. I'm this person. That's how some people literally act, where it's like, well, you don't understand. This place needs to pay their bills. I don't care who you are. You could be the president of the world. You still need to pay for your bill.
Yeah, I mean, I love the character. Well, I love Legends Luke, and I love Mark Hamill's interpretations of the Joker, but I personally don't like Mark as a person. And he kind of like I've had him blocked on Twitter now for like a decade and Instagram because I can't stand half the stuff he talks about because he's just like talking out his mouth.
He's not
But
considering himself a normal person. He's
no,
thinking
but
of himself
the
as
thing is,
superior.
these big superhero characters, these larger-than-life actors, some of them are just not very nice in real life. I mean, the things that he did to his poor granddaughter, like he has a granddaughter, one of his sons, and he's completely like, what's the word? He has, what's that word? The woman who had the baby and the daughter are shunned from the family. They are, that word you hate. Disowned.
Yeah, disowned.
He disowned them.
Yeah.
He's never taken care of his granddaughter. She doesn't exist to him. I mean, what kind of person does that? And, you know,
Horrible people.
Michael Bell, exactly. So when I found out this stuff about Mark, it was just kind of like, you know what? You got to separate the art from the artist. He's a fantastic Joker. He's a great actor. But, you know, he's got a couple screws loose in his head.
Yeah, I mean, you could say he's arrogant, but when he's literally has an article written of what he said, and then he acts like, oh, well, I didn't mean it like that. Let me explain to you. When I said I'm definitely never doing this role ever again, what I meant was I was probably not. It's like, right, but what you said and what you meant are actually contradicting themselves. You realize in the English language you lied, but you're pretending you didn't lie. So he's pretending everyone else would be caught in a lie, except for him because he's so superior.
Yeah, he's a narcissist.
Exactly, that's exactly what I was thinking. And like that is so typical of like I've had to look it up like for certain things because I've had to deal with difficult people, and that is a typical thing of narcissists is that they have certain group of people that they're nice to, and then they have certain people that they mistreat very badly, which makes sense why he would disown somebody and then act, you know, like...
There are two types of actors that pretend to be nice. They act humble and stuff in interviews and at, like, red carpet events, but they act a different way, you know, in real life. Mark is one of those actors. He acts like a nice guy, but, you know, when push comes to shove, his actions prove otherwise. Kevin was a sweetheart on and off camera.
Yeah.
He was kind of like... He was basically at that age of being like the everybody loves the grandpa type thing, you know. He's just he's got the whole Peter Cullen thing down. Like Peter Cullen is a gentleman that no matter what his role, he loves the character, he loves his fans, and he's never ever said, you know, if you vote for a different candidate, you're not one of my fans. Mark has actually gone out of his way to say, if you're Republican, you're conservative, you're independent, you're not riding with me. He says you've never been a fan of my character. Like that kind of stuff.
That's not true though.
Right.
Because you can disagree with someone completely and still be a fan.
Right, but that's why I'm saying like he let stuff get to him over the years and he kind of went crazy.
You sure you guys don't want to just hang out
That's
and play
illogical
video
to
games
even say that.
But the thing is, Jim Carrey mellowed out. Jim Carrey used to be insane. And then as he got older, he was just kind of like, you know what? I'm just going to focus on my jokes. I'm going to focus on the characters that I played. I want to spend time with my family. I want to do this. I want to do that. He didn't apologize to all the weird stuff that he did or said, but he kind of like changed. It was kind of like you could see the change in him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's why people say, like, the word repentance means, you know, like, shame leads to repentance. So you feel ashamed for how you were, you feel bad for how you acted. But repentance means in your heart you choose to change. So it just shows, like, the real, instead of, like, a lot of people, they'll say sorry and then they'll do the same thing. But a real change of heart, you can see the change in their actions. So Jim Carrey, even though he may have not said sorry, you can tell he is kind of probably sorry for some things he did, because you would have to be sorry in order to change.
Let's make
a little bit.
I think.
man.
Yep.
This is my personal opinion.
But the whole Duke thing, Duke was my favorite actor, and he was also the voice of Prowl, and I was like, oh wow, Michael Bay is probably this really cool guy because he plays this such heroic person. And it turned out that he was such a diva. Like, he came back and he was doing a video game.
Yeah.
So it would have been in the early 2000s, and the guy had like Val Kilmer syndrome. He was so. The things that I heard about him from an interview that he did for a video game was just like he acted like he was God's gift to Earth.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's the voice of Duke and Prowl and some other like really important 80s characters, but I mean, he hadn't really had a lot of work up until that point. You know, it's like people definitely remember you for your heroic leader characters, but I mean, the difference is it's great when you find an actor that on and off camera, you know, actually embodies the character that they were. Like Henry Cavill's Superman is a perfect example. Henry Cavill, on and off, when he's not wearing the cape, he acts like Superman. Brandon Routh also carries himself the way that he thinks Superman would. You know?
Yeah.
They have this, like, thing in their heart that they're very humbled that they got to play the role of Superman, and they literally act like that. They're never too busy to, you know, do autographs or to do a wave and be like, you know, to act like that Superman, because deep down that's who they are.
And I see 2 super chats, but I'm just gonna respond to what Luke said real quick. And yeah, like, I think there's 2 different kinds of actors. There's the kind of actor that gets a role where they're a hero, like they're seen as a hero and everyone looks up to them in that role, and they think like oh my gosh, like, I really need to make sure I am a good example to everyone because I'm given such an amazing role. You know, I'm going to make sure that I act the right way with my fans, and I'm thankful for everything that's been given to me in my life because I've been given this great role. And then there's another type of actor that gets a great heroic role, and they think, wow, I must be great already for giving me this amazing role. How great I am. Everyone should worship the ground I walk on. Of course they would give me this role because of how amazing I am. How I can treat anyone like dirt and treat them however they want because people are obviously fawning over me. And man, they're just lucky to be in my presence, and I'm going to treat everyone like garbage. And that's like 2 different versions of being given a great role. And I think it can make or break you. It can make you a better person, or it can make you a worse person.
Well, I mean, it can happen in Hollywood, and it can also happen on YouTube. I've seen YouTubers act like that. They had humble beginnings, and then they get millions of subscribers, and they just kind of snap.
Success can switch a switch in your brain. Success can actually make you feel like, oh my gosh, I've been given this success. I really need to step it up as a human being and be a better person so I can be a better role model. And some people actually become a better person because of success. And then there's the opposite where they become a worse person. So they have 2 different ways of thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dimmer student says, if you read all the mini kits, including DLC in the Daily Planet, you get an achievement called Read All About It.
Oh.
Thank you, Dimmer student.
That sounds cool.
Alright, and
oh no. Oh, I can do this. This is matching. I can do this.
And thank you for the super chat. Dana's Game Review says, I met Billy Zane at a convention this past weekend. Billy Zane seemed like a nice dude. I also met a cool actor who was in Dawn of the Dead, says Dana's Game Review.
Why does Billy Zane sound familiar? What is Billy Zane? Was he the Phantom in the 90s? Billy Zane. Why does that sound familiar to me? Was he a 90s actor? 90s action actor? I can't remember. Why does that sound familiar? Yeah, it's kind of sad. You know, that's what happens. Like, I personally believe, Anthony, that actors should have no basis in our political structure. Like, you know, everyone, like I said, everyone has a butt, everyone has an opinion. That's just something that it will always exist. But some people should probably keep their opinions to themselves. Because, like, you know, it becomes their whole life, like, structured around their opinion. And they can't stop. And, you know, then they create, like, if they have, like, this huge fan base, then they create, like, this massive echo chamber where they can continue to have this bad, you know, behavior, and no one's going to give them checks and balances, you know. Or they surround themselves with like-minded people. Look at Adam Sessler. Adam Sessler was one of my heroes. Adam Sessler was one of the reasons why I became a journalist, because of how he was. You know, he was one of my inspirations, along with Matt Kasama from IGN, GamePro TV, the Nintendo Power people. And, you know, we lived long enough to see Adam Sessler literally become the villain. He is insane. He wished death on his Republican family members because of who they voted for. Like, the dude, he went full Yahtzee. Like, and he used to be a very objective, educated, like, game reviewer. Like, he was...
Yeah, he was, like, focused just on games.
He was one of the best.
Also,
and he became insane.
He also was yelling at fans who disagreed with him about games.
Yes.
And also, his ideas on his show, like, what was introduced in his show, people would say, I don't like what you're doing with your show. Like, not related to politics whatsoever. He would yell at them and block them. But, I mean, that really shows, like, kind of pride goeth before a fall thing, because the best thing you can be in the world is humble, because the problem with you being given a lot of success or notoriety or something, and everyone saying hello to you, oh my gosh, you're famous, you're amazing, I love what you did, you were amazing in this role, or you're amazing, your game show is amazing, or you're so talented, or whatever. Like, the problem with, you can never let that go to your head, because as soon as you start letting that go to your head, then the problem is you kind of start regressing and becoming like a child, because the problem is the whole point of becoming an adult is your life gets harder, and you're supposed to have more you're supposed to be held to a higher standard every year you're, you know, on the earth. And it's supposed to be maturing, not regressing. When people keep saying how great you are, then you start regressing into like a childlike state, because you don't even need to be held accountable anymore for your actions. Oops. You can go in and throw a coffee in the face of a barista and walk out of there, and everyone will clap for you because you're famous, but you actually acted incorrectly.
Maybe I need to do a gun.
So, yeah, it is crazy that these people can... It's funny that people actually say, like, oh, he's losing viewers, he's losing subscribers now, but you actually lose your... You lose your integrity before you lose your when everything crashes and burns. A lot of times, like with Adam Sessler, he lost his humanity and integrity far before he started losing G4, because you need, you know, it's like he fell way before that. People just didn't notice it because everyone was telling him he was fine.
Well, I mean, my boss worked with him. Like, you know, Adam Sessler, he was one of the that's why it's so sad. He was one of the pioneers of video journalism. Like, he was one of the pinnacles. And, you know, I wouldn't say he always had good takes when it came to gaming, but, like, he really brought agency and dedication and fun and entertainment and good insight, and he had, for the most part, he had some pretty good calls. There were some games that he did, even in the 2000s, I didn't agree with, like, his take on it, but he tried, you know? What? And then he became, like, the Dark Lord. He just went completely insane. And I hate to see when my heroes like that fall, like Mark Hamill, Adam Sessler, stuff like that. It hurts. Because it's like, you know, at one time they were good people. you know? And it's like...
Yeah, and everyone has the potential to go back and become, like you said, with like Jim Carrey. Anyone has the potential at any time to just get, like, an idea in their mind, like, oh my gosh, how am I acting? Like, I need to change how I'm acting. I'm not acting right.
Oh, we're done.
And change it. You know? It's like, yeah, it's...
How? I just popped myself in the face.
But not everyone can see it because they're blinded by... I mean, I don't want to get philosophical or anything, but one of my favorite philosophers, Blaise Pascal, said something really interesting, which is that if a person is really good at one thing, that means that the other things in their life, they haven't been able to spend as much time on those things, so they're probably not as good at those. And that may not seem like such a great, fantastical thing, but it actually does make sense. Because people assume, because Mark Hamill is so great at voice acting, then he must be great at politics, he must be great at taking care of his family, he must be great at telling you about his life lessons. But in reality, he's concentrating so much time on voice acting, he may have not concentrated so much on his family and everything else. Which is interesting what that philosopher was saying, which is you cannot make people your heroes because they're good at one thing, because they might actually be really worse than you at other things. You may think, this is my hero, and I'm going to take life lessons from them, but you might actually be a better person in other areas than your hero, because you are actually focusing on everything at once. You're focusing on being a good son or husband or whatever, whereas they are just focusing on their career. So they might actually be the worst person to listen to. And that's really a perspective people need to start taking, because people have this aura around celebrities and think that because they're really great at one thing, then they must have everything else in their life together. But really, like that philosopher was saying, many times that's the opposite of what is reality. They're focused so much on that thing, their life is in shambles in other areas. Mm-hmm. So people really, they have to start realizing that these celebrities do not have their life together usually.
Yeah, you have to... Fame has the ability to corrupt and mess with people. You always have to try to keep yourself grounded in reality. If, like, you end up winning the lottery, or, you know, you end up becoming, like, a famous, like, a musician, or actor, or whatever, you know, sometimes the limelight is just too much for some people to handle. Like, for me, like, there are people that talk about me that I was, like, this big, like, famous person that fell from grace, but I've always seen this as a job that, you know, it's not a personality, it's what I do. Like, Kwing is not a character. Kwing is a gamer tag. It's it's like a pen name. It's not... I've not created an egotistical personality based on this non-fictional, you know, online personality. On and off the air, I'm me. I play video games, I talk about stuff, but I've never gone out of my way to make a character. Like, that's just, you know... some people don't like that, some people do. But that's just how I've always approached it, you know? Even when I had millions of views and all this stuff happening, I was still me. I never let it control me. It was kind of like, alright, so this video got 1 million views, we'll try for this next time, or I really want to, you know, try this with my channel, or something like that. It's like, if I was so obsessed with things like people say I would, then I would have gone crazy. And I've gone back and I've listened to myself, and I haven't really changed anything. My opinions are still the same, my jokes are still the same, my puns are still the same.
I think there's a difference between, like, some celebrities seem kind of angry because they're stressed, you know, because they're working so hard.
I'm good,
and some
but everyone has their
celebrities
limits.
really have a superiority complex because they really think of themselves as better.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's two different things. Like, you might meet a celebrity and they might be mean or something because they're stressed out, but maybe they were just having a bad day. And then you have someone else who you see on an interview who is saying, oh, well, I didn't mean it that way. I mean, I'm, you know, the so-and-so. Of course the rules don't apply to me. And they're very in control. They're not stressed. They're telling you they can basically act however they want. So, yeah, it's kind of different. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree, Luke.
There we go. I found something. Sharon was asking about Little Kitty, Big City. It's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me. Exactly, Alpha. I love that. That's from Batman Begins. I use that a lot, but I live that. I live that. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, you've always been the same to me. I mean, I feel. I mean, I've been here this whole time.
I've never treated this as a hobby. I've treated this as a job my whole life.
And
as long as I'm on YouTube, I'm always going to treat it as a job.
Well,
but I've never treated it as like I never went up to somebody and said I have millions of views on this video. I have like 20 million views. I demand that I not have to pay for this, or this car that you're renting us is not good enough. I want to stretch limo. Do you have any idea who I am? I'm Kwing. I've never done that.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed something interesting. Like, I was always kind of like, well, me, I was excited because I really wanted things to be really successful when we were first, everything was going. And I always thought, do you want, like, I would always ask Luke, even recently, like, when we got older and stuff, and I thought, well, maybe I can trip out this whole, like, place and get flashing lights and have it say Kwing everywhere, and, I asked him what he wants, since, he's getting over 500,000 subscribers. I want to make him happy, and Luke's like, no, I'm fine, and I'm always asking him, like, do you want, like, are you sure this is good enough? Like, and Luke's like, well, why would it not be good enough? Like, I got my cats, I have you, and I got my cereal. I'm like, I even, on older videos, I used to be like, you're eating cereal? Like, you just got like 1 million views on a video. You're going in the morning after that video, you're still staying up all night. You stay up all night responding to comments and then eating cereal the next day and working again.
I like cereal.
And I think it's because, I think your perspective comes from your grandfather, really, because, not to bring him up, but Luke's grandfather was the chief of police in a town near New York City, and the guy, you could not tell he was chief of police. He was just so humble, and he always had, got the cereal Luke liked, and not only was Luke's grandfather, hold a high position, but he had integrity. He didn't take bribes from politicians that tried to give him bribes. Luke's grandpa also checked in on everyone. He took his job seriously, actually go house to house and see how everyone was doing, and walking the block. Not only that, but I feel Luke's grandfather was one of the most, the adults with most integrity that I've seen or heard of for a lot of people, because when Luke was actually suffering in school and being abused by people in his school, Luke's grandfather was the one to be like, are you okay? Like, he was trying to do something to help Luke, because a lot of his other family was like, just suck it up, and his grandpa was the one to try to make sure he was all right. Cared about a little kid being hurt in school, or actually a teenager, and that really spoke to me a lot, because I think you can everyone messes up in life, no one is perfect, but how you treat someone who's really weak and has no one to defend them, how you treat someone who has no one to help them and nobody cares about, like, nobody would, if everyone just said suck it up, Luke, and nobody cared, then no one would actually care. Luke didn't have any power as a teenager being hurt in school. But when you help people that are powerless with no reason to help them at all, like there's nothing in it for you, that is the ultimate mark of integrity of a person.
I think
I think your grandfather showed that just with how he cared about you.
Well, Grandpa survived World War II and the Depression and the Korean War and all this other stuff. It made him a very, very humble. I'm thankful to be alive. The children of the greatest generation, they had problems. Like, a lot of them, their dads were not around when they were born, and, they kind of had to fend things their own way. So, when that generation started having kids, the problem is a lot of us in the 80s and 90s, we raised ourselves. Our parents worked all the time. Like, the only time you would see your parents is your parents would come home after work. You might have a meal together, or if you were one of the lucky kids, your parents would be there for you when you left on the school bus, and then you would see them when they came home from work, and you know. But I mean, it didn't really leave a lot of time to be a parent. Like, for a lot of kids, 80s and 90s, like, the television was kind of like the person who was always there. You know, that's why kids became so obsessed with like Batman the Animated Series and X-Men and stuff like that, is because it was something that was consistent in their life. My dad always tried, even though he worked so many jobs, he tried to, you know, be invested in us. And the only reason I'm not really close to my mom is my mom had several jobs to, you know, make up for the fact that my dad's job didn't pay very much. So my mom was always working. By the time she got home, she was exhausted. And, you know, she made it her mission to be with us when we were little kids, but when we started grade school, my mom went back to work. So she wasn't there with milk and cookies after whatever. She wasn't there to ask about the day, if there was any problems. Mom would get home around 7-ish, and my dad would get home like around 4:30. So.
Yeah. But I think, like, another thing that I really like about visiting your grandparents was, you know, like, just the fact that they, you know, your grandpa tried to save money to help his, you know, grandkids and stuff, obviously. But, you know, a lot of homes that I went into, like, if I would go into somebody who, you know, had been the chief of police, you know, everything would be in its place. They would have special napkins, everything. And going into your grandfather's house,
We had paper plates.
he was like, here's some paper plates, and he's like, paper towels are just as good as napkins.
Yeah.
But when he really wanted some good, you know, pastrami or something, yeah, he would, you know, get what made him happy and what made his grandkid happy. But the little things in life that a lot of people are pretentious about, you know, like making sure you have pretty napkins, pretty plates, everything looks spark. Like, everything was clean, but he didn't really care about, like, making things look pretentious in his house. Which I really felt that was very refreshing because, you know, from, you know, just most people I knew, if they were trying to move up in the world, the first thing you would do is make sure, oh, I have these special napkins with these birds on them, and
Yeah, I never understood
like
that.
everything had to be in its place, and it's kind of like your grandparents were just like, why would it matter? It's the same thing, you know, just good food and have your family around, and why you don't need all these things to make yourself look, you know, it's about the difference between actually taking care of your family, saving for college, and actually making things look good, like making everyone see how great you are with how, you know, you have everything. I don't know how to explain it, but I really like that, you know, like you always said when you know, when we first got married, and I noticed both of our families had difficulty with, you know, saving money. If there would be a stain on the carpet or something, they would both freak out, in both sides of them, because, you know, it costs money to replace. And if I would mess up something, a piece of your equipment or our carpet or something, I accidentally make a mistake. I remember when we first got married, you said, like, it's just money. Like, you would never get mad at me, because you knew I didn't mean to do it. And I always was really relieved by that. That was the same perspective your grandparents had, was money was just something to help take care of your family and make sure people were taken care of, but it wasn't something to get angry about, or, you know what I mean? So that was a really good thing, like, different perspective on life. But yeah, it's
Why is that all shiny?
it can, somebody said, like, do you really just get crazier when you get older? No, because you can go either way. You can become a more of a hero as you get older and become a better person as you get older, or you can become worse as you get older.
Like,
it's up to your heart how you decide.
It's what you do. Like, people who get overly obsessed in politics tend to go crazy. Because, like, it's not good, because for a lot of this stuff, you don't have control over it. If you're really that obsessed over politics, you need to become a politician.
I agree with that.
Because
I think so.
You, in my eyes, are no different than a crazy sports fan that's yelling at, you know, a rival team all the time. And, you know, it's up to the players on your team to actually change anything and to do better. You're just there rooting for them, but you kind of become an obsessed fan over that particular group or party, and that becomes your whole life. Like, you cannot see outside of your political party. And then what you do, you reject family members, you break up with friends, girlfriends, boyfriends, you start seeing people, like, as enemies instead of, like, fellow Americans. You know, you can't agree to disagree. You have no opinion based on anything other than what your political party believes, and that becomes your entire identity.
I can't imagine.
And that is wrong.
I would assume, like, if I was that obsessed about politics, I would just go down to Washington and be there all the time, and actually, then you'd be doing something.
If the only way that I can say is if you are a politician and you are just that obsessed and you're doing all that crazy stuff on Twitter, at least you're in the system. You know, at least that's your job. That's understandable.
At least that's actually your job.
But if you're not any type of, like, political official and you're talking about all this nonsense and you're yelling at people and gaslighting people and pointing fingers and doing all this stuff when there's not even an election year, one, you're crazy, and two, all that yelling and screaming that you do will amount to nothing.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, like,
period.
It does affect you because it's, like, gonna darken your soul because you're making, like, enemies out of people that, you know, like, politicians, they have to yell at each other on the, you know, Congress floor to get things done, and that's stressful, you know. But if you're not in Congress or whatever, then you don't actually need to yell at these. You don't have to make enemies out of everyone you disagree with. You could just, you know, see everyone as your coworker and someone you could, you know, share a sandwich with after work, and you could be friends with you have the potential to be friends with everyone because you're not a politician and you could actually get along with everyone. And I think well, that's what we had right in the 90s. Even if we didn't like somebody and we worked with them, we found a way of actually getting along with people because, you know, it's just what life was. We didn't create, like, these little gangs and these different, like, separation things and, like, oh, I don't like this TV show you watch, so I hate you. I don't like this person you voted for, so I hate you. We didn't keep finding ways of dividing each other. The thing is, like, even playing devil's advocate on it, though, the hate really doesn't solve anything because say you are in the right, say everything you're saying is correct, and say everything you say is right, and you're screaming at people and bullying them into your way of thinking, they're going to want to take the other side. Even if you're correct, they're going to want to take the other side because you're so mean. They're not going to want to agree with you anyway, even if you're right. So it actually doesn't help whatsoever to scream at people, because you're actually going to push them away. Say you are on the right side, it's actually going to push them away from the truth in that way, because they're going to hate you, so they're not going to want to be on the same side as you.
Why is the arrow for the last mini-kit pointing in the lava?
Oh, no.
That's weird. Also, where is, they said there's a Joker,
The picture is above Stampa's throne, says John Doe. Hi, Dr. D. Hi, Crossfighter. Okay, see you later, Misung.
How is it did I already mess up?
Okay, Sharon says,
Little Kitty is tomorrow.
Yeah, and you can always, write a comment, too, if we missed it. Because it's hard for me. My phone is full of screenshots of different games that people suggest. So comments help a lot. Maybe you guys can play Master Quest. It's an RPG. Maybe Sharon. We'll see. Thank you. Okay, see you later, Misung. Above the throne, says Later Gator.
Alright, thanks, guys. We'll get to that.
Yeah, I think you're right. People that spend too much time arguing about things that they can't control is actually going to darken your soul, because say the person you're arguing with is in the wrong and they are, you know, part of a horrible organization. Like, say they want to hurt all say your friend wants to hurt all the whales and they don't realize how the whales need to be, you know, they have to be kept safe. It does you no good to scream at your friend every day about this. It doesn't. Because even if you're in the right, it doesn't do any good. It would be better if you just remained a friend, and then someday maybe your friend would be like, hey, you know what? maybe I should help the whales once in a while because you're a nice person and it's actually making you look good, and maybe they'll think about your side. It's not helping for you to argue with them.
I mean, you catch more bees with honey, as the saying goes, but the thing is, if you're that obsessed with stuff, then you need to run for office, because there's no... Just like, I promise you, even though you're a super sports fan of, like, you know, say the Cubs or the Yankees, and your team is struggling, you yelling at the TV or going there in person and yelling at the baseball players is not going to help them play better. If you joined the baseball team somehow, there's a possibility, according to, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a fancy word I was going to use.
Probability.
Yeah, probability. That you joining the baseball team, and if you're decent at baseball, then chances are your baseball team might actually get better because you joining them. You know, you might have been the right position for them to be in, like a left fielder or a catcher, or maybe you were a better batter. You know, you helped improve your team. But you just staying at home all the time and yelling and screaming at your baseball team when they're failing, I'm sorry, they're not going to magically play better.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand about people putting politics on Twitter, because Congress doesn't go through Twitter and count all the votes of people saying they agree with them.
Oh, thank God they don't.
Because that actually doesn't count. All that counts is for you to vote on election day, and that only happens every couple of years. So why argue about it every day? You could just vote on election day and then just be friends with everyone on non-election days.
No, you don't have to be friends with everybody.
You could be civil.
Civil, yeah.
You could just treat people like human beings.
Exactly. All right, guys. So we got the picture. How do we get the last mini kit? Because I don't want to accidentally beat this just yet. Like this Stompa lady's ready to be whooped, but we're not quite done yet. So what is the last thing that we need to do? It's still pointing down. See how the arrow is pointing down into the lava? This is the last section we need to do. We just need one mini kit. One mini kit.
Yeah, in my life, I always like to say, complaining will not make anything better, says Later Gator. Yeah, like, you're disappointed, yeah, whether it's about politics or anything else, like, or about, you know, anything, gaming stuff, whatever it is, like, just complaining about the world and problems online doesn't make anything better. That's true, Later Gator. It's still...
Well, look at the approach that Amber and I do. Like, our channel is really messed up. We could whine about it every day, or we could try to do ways of keeping the channel alive. We found ways of keeping the channel intact by mobilizing people to watch the shorts. Or, you know, getting people to go and rewatch a video. Like, it's still... We're still fighting, even though it's hard, you know, rather than just saying, oh, you know, this sucks, and not trying to do anything to improve it. So, you know, it's not the best method, but right now it's the only thing that really works, is getting people to watch shorts and getting people to mobilize on videos after they were streams. You know, it seems to work. I don't know if it'll work forever, but it works right now, and so that's good enough, you know. But at least we're doing a call to action that actually has some merit. It does something. And you guys have seen that when we mobilize and we do stuff as a community, the streams actually do improve. Like, there's actually evidence to, you know, what we're doing with our little, you know, science experiment. There's proof in the pudding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rather than just being like screaming at YouTube like a cloud in the sky and expecting something to change, we're making the change happen. Like, we're not going to YouTube's office and being like, how dare this happen to us? We're the K-Wings. It's like, okay, this is happening. If we get people to watch this short, or we get people to watch this video, we can put views here, we can put views there. We actually mobilize and we do something about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a difference between having a philosophical idea of what the right thing to do is, and then actually, the difference
Acting
between
on
that
it.
and actually, like Ra's al Ghul says, the will to act is everything.
We're Ra's al Ghul.
Basically, I mean, he was right about that, though. Unless you can have all the training you want in the world in martial arts, but if...
Can I get a t-shirt that says Ra's al Ghul was right?
Maybe the will to act is everything, because you can
The
have
training
all
is
the training.
nothing. The will to act is everything.
Yeah, because when the time comes, if you're afraid to actually act, then all your training meant nothing because you didn't do anything about it. And it doesn't mean you're a loser if you don't do anything because you're too afraid. You just try to act next time. You have to push yourself to actually do something. You have to move.
Why
in that
do we
direction.
fall? So we can learn to pick ourselves up again.
You have to try to do something about it.
Hey guys, how do I activate? You said throw the targets. How do I make them activate? Is there a specific place I need to go to free these targets so I can use them? I'm seeing little targets around the field, but I can't activate them right now. Did I miss something? Because unless I already utilized them. I don't think I did.
The will to act is everything, says Later Gator. Maybe we should have a Ra's al Ghul t-shirt that says the will to act is everything.
Would we get in trouble with Nolan?
I don't know. It's kind of weird having a supervillain on our t-shirt.
I mean, I feel like a supervillain. I'm kind of anti-culture right now. Like, I hate political correctness. So I am kind of a villain in that sense because I'm going against society. I'm sticking to what was normal in the 90s and the 80s. Like, so I'm rebellious in that sense. Is I believe that people should be treated with common courtesy. You should be polite. You shouldn't try to make enemies over small things. Big things, yeah. I mean, if it's like a huge, problem, totally. But I think that you should try to meet people where they live and try to be kind to people regardless of who they voted for. So in that regard, I would be considered a villain of society now because that's not what they're teaching people. They're teaching people to make clicks.
Yeah, but I mean, even a large thing that you disagree with, I mean, you can try to be as civil as possible. I mean, like, sometimes I see on the news, like, these,
No, I'm the Dark Knight from the Nolan movie. Like, I'm being chased by people. There are people who say I'm worse than Hitler online. So I am considered a villain, but I view myself as Bale in the Dark Knight.
But Luke, let me explain to you something about this. When somebody feels like when you do the right thing and they've done the wrong thing and they feel embarrassed because you've actually chosen the right path and they've chosen the wrong path a lot of times, they will accuse you of the worst possible thing because they have to think of something to accuse you of that's worse than what they did. So you have to understand that when someone is evil towards you, when someone is truly evil towards you, like they cause your wife to have a horrible health issue, or they cause people to lie about your channel and hurt you, and you didn't do anything to them, they will have to accuse you of something worse than what they did to you to try to make people think that you're worse than them. But in reality, it's very possible you've never done anything, even nothing. So they'll make you. That's the abuser narcissistic type of thing, is to actually, they turn their own actions and they try to pretend that you did that to them, what they did to you. So that's their version of brainwashing, actually. So the fact that they've actually gotten you to the point where you think that you may have done something to them, they're in the way they're kind of trying to win in that area because you've actually never done anything to them. The fact that you're even thinking that you did something wrong is wrong because you've never done anything to them.
Okay. I do need to find a way of activating these targets. I'm getting kind of agitated. Like I've run around and around and around, and I don't see a platform for me to utilize in order to use those targets.
Let me ask you a question. Before all of these evil people said something about your channel, did they not take our Discord, give it to somebody else who didn't have any business running it, and then start posting weird garbage all over the Discord, and then have the Discord people tell us that we were never allowed to use Discord again and put our entire community in danger, when literally the last thing they said to us was, "Have a nice trip. We're glad to be your mods and fans." You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? So out of nothing, they literally came into your home like you were Bruce Wayne, and they Ra's al Ghul'd your home and set it on fire. And now you're second guessing yourself, saying, well, I must have done something to hurt them. No, They're accusing you of going to their home and setting it on fire, but who were the people that came and set somebody's home on fire? It was them.
Hey, why are you guys saying Joker needs to do something? I'm here with Joker and I still can't get this stuff to activate. Go back. Go back where? The target is red and white.
So they're gonna have to make up lies to try to pretend that you're a bad person so that they can rationalize what the evil thing is they did to you. Think about people.
Honey,
like
right now
I'm just
I'm
saying you're not thinking the correct way. Everything they say is a lie. It's all lies.
I did it! Okay, there we go. Alright, we're good. Sorry, people. I didn't really understand the directions there, so, yeah. Here we go. Oh, so we just needed to climb on that little thing and shoot that stuff. Okay. Thank you, sweetheart. Man, I couldn't see that for the life of me. There were these tiny little targets. Okay.
Well, let me give you a perspective of the kind of things that people are saying online, and I'll give you a perspective of how that parallels history. There have been many times in history in which people have been oppressed for no fault of their own, for just who they are. And then what did society do? Did they say, oh my gosh, we've oppressed other human beings, how horrible we are? Is that what they said? Did they look at their own conscience and say, how could we have oppressed these people? No, they actually started making up lies about the oppressed people.
Whoa!
They started making up lies about the oppressed people. There's no spill. I'm almost done. They started making up lies about the oppressed people to rationalize mistreating, killing, and, you know, horribly mistreating people that were different than themselves. The fact that you're not listening to me because of a cat is very annoying to me.
It did spill and he's licking the coffee.
Well, you know
so
what? What I said was more important than the spill, and you're never going to get that. If you actually listen to me, then you would actually realize these people are evil that are lying about you. They're doing the same technique that the Yaxis did to other people, and the same technique that other people have done to oppress people. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
People have literally... I don't want to go into it to explain, but they literally would start to do scientific experiments on people to try to show how people were inferior to them, and so it made sense to oppress them. And that's happened multiple times in history that has happened. So what is happening to you right now is people lying and trying to create lies about you and me and your family to try to brainwash you to think that you're inferior to them so that you deserve to be abused by a group of insane psychos online. You have to hold the line and realize that you have never ever done anything near. They think about it this way. You go over to somebody's house, you spill stuff on their carpet on accident.
So you're a glutton for punishment, eh? Either that or you just can't
I'll
keep
just
away
say it real
because of my
quick.
animal
They scream at
magnetism.
you,
So back
and
to
they
the space
start
junk.
hitting you with like a board or a plank till you're bloody and you're like running away. Then they have to lie about you, saying that you killed their mom, you killed their cat, you set their house on fire. They have to make up something to cover up what they did to you because they're so embarrassed of the evil they did. And that's what you're facing right now with these people online. You have to realize what they're doing. You do not understand how evil works.
Okay.
They have to make... They know how evil they were to you, and that's why they're making this up. Because they have to think of something worse than what they did to you. They have to, and they have to say it online over and over again. It makes them feel better because of how evil they are. You just don't understand the depths of these people.
Well, I mean, I understood to some extent, and then you started talking about bludgeoning people with spilling a carpet.
Because because I'm trying to put it in perspective.
I don't think that's a good perspective.
So you're sitting here going, maybe I did kill their cat, maybe I did kill their mom. You're saying it to yourself, the things they're accusing you of, when you've never done any of these things. You need to get a grip on reality.
You're missing what I said. I said in the way that society is so screwed up right now, my values and my way of doing things would be like what happened to Christian Bale in The Dark Knight. Whereas most of the people in society has taken the Joker's point of view.
You said that people were saying things about you and that they thought of you as a certain way.
Right,
and
but
I'm trying to explain you why they're saying that.
I didn't get to finish. I didn't change. Society changed. Society got twisted.
Right,
I'm still the same. That's what I was saying.
Right, but they are angry because they are evil and you're not. They're not angry at you for anything you did. They're angry at the fact that they became so corrupt and you didn't. That's what they're angry about. You keep thinking you did something. You don't understand. Evil people don't work like that.
No, I don't think you understand what I'm talking about.
Evil people get angry when... Yes, I do. You don't understand what I'm talking about.
Okay, so let's just leave it at that. Could you bring some paper towels with you, honey? Because the tissues aren't really going to work with that. That was kind of like a temporary thing. Whoop. Okay, so anyway, we need to collect the... What is our agenda for this level? The agenda for this level is 4 mini kits left, hidden character, red brick, and photo. And picture. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay. So that needs to be... What's his name? That's Green Lantern. You're fine. Let's go with... What is that? That's nothing. So that's nothing of interest. So in the last level, we couldn't put out fire. So now we can put out fires because we have, what's her name? We have ice powers. Or we have, well, no, Aquaman could put out fire. Never mind, he was in this level before. And there's the Booster Gold picture, so that is for a villain. Why is it saying, what is that? It's saying something only someone with laser eyes can do? I don't even see it. Alright, one sec. First we're going to deal with the Joker. We're going to bring him in. Actually, you know what? No, Two-Face is going to take the picture. Because we don't get to use Two-Face very much.
Twice as evil, twice as
So Two-Face comes here. Takes the Booster Gold thing. I like the coin that he does there, because it looks kind of interesting. Wait, you have reached the maximum number of stored photos. Uh-oh. Does that mean my PlayStation thing is full, or the game is full? I don't know what that means. You have to destroy the dog bowls. Okay, I can do that. I can totally do that. Alright, so then we have this. I'm gonna keep Two-Face in here for a little while, because it's actually fun to play as Two-Face. But, I want to bring an animated Two-Face, actually. Because this is actually story Two-Face. It looks like Tommy Lee Jones. I love this version of Two-Face. And by Two-Face, I mean Man-Bat. This version of Two-Face.
There's a 50-50 chance of me having...
Okay, red brick acquired. Nice. That's done. You think it's the game, not the system? What do you mean? Oh, for the in the game. Okay, yeah, that makes sense because I mean, I don't take that many photos and videos and stuff with my PlayStation. I don't try to. Yeah, but anyway, even if this stream gets 1,000 views, guys, Lego DC Supervillains is going to be taking a few days off because tomorrow is Little Cat Big City, which is a new game, and as you know, this channel focuses on new content. We were late with that one game because I completely forgot Megaton was coming out. So that's my bad. I didn't know. In fact, it wasn't even on my press releases. So it wasn't even on my window of games. And since I don't really do a lot with level 5 very much, because, I mean, I did one Yokai Watch, but I don't have any connection with them. I didn't even know they were releasing a new game outside of the Professor Layton sequel that's, you know, coming out eventually, which I have a feeling we're going to hear more about the Professor Layton game either at this June's Nintendo Direct or this fall's Nintendo Direct. Because that game has been in the pipeline for quite a while. We need a Green Lantern. Oh, wait, no. Not a Green Lantern character. Superman still stay here. But we want Henry Cavill Superman. There's a new He-Man crossover comic with Ninja Turtles? How's that gonna work? I mean, He-Man is the most powerful man in the universe. Why would he team up with the Ninja Turtles? He almost killed Superman when he did the whole Injustice He-Man team-up thing. Actually, did he kill Superman? I don't remember. Like, He-Man is crazy strong. I could see Prince Adam and Teela, non-sorceress, hanging out with the Ninja Turtles, but... Ninja Turtles, I feel like Ninja Turtles crossovers do better with characters that are around the same, like, scale of abilities as them. So the Batman crossover was perfect because Batman was basically a ninja, and the Turtles are ninjas, right? It's in that same wheelhouse. The difference is he's a human that dresses as a bat, but also he practices the art of ninjutsu and the samurai and stuff like that. That's a good mixture of two properties that are very similar. You know, vigilantes that do martial arts. But teaming the Ninja Turtles with people that are superpowered beings or godlike, I don't see how that really works. Like, you could get away with the Ninja Turtles meeting, like, G.I. Joe, or maybe the Ninja Turtles meeting Transformers, but, like, the Justice League in general or something like that, it's kind of a stretch. The Power Rangers one, how they handled the Power Rangers crossover was perfect because the Ninja Turtles did become Power Rangers. So, you know, it kind of worked out the way that it brought justice to both franchises. Unless the Ninja Turtles somehow get superpowers in the He-Man thing, I don't know how well that's going to work. You know what I mean? Another new Gundam game coming out? Thank you, J-Dog. I love Gundam. Gundam is fantastic. In fact, I'm playing a mech game later today. I'm very excited about that. I enjoy that mech game tremendously. Alright, so let's see how we're doing on the hour. Okay, so we're starting to drop a little bit. Which is weird because the stream's almost at 700 views. Like, try to be consistent, YouTube. Alright guys, YouTube's doing some shenanigans, so let's push a short. The Superman short today got 3,000 views. Let's do a cat short. We're gonna do She Claimed This. So we're gonna be pushing the, Here we go. This short is about the cats. If you guys could click that. We only need about 40 or 50 of you guys to click that. It will help out tremendously. Oh my gosh, Trayvon. She still hasn't given it to you? This is becoming a running gag at this point. Like, I thought she wrote it on your YouTube channel. I will ask Amber tonight to put it on your YouTube channel. Like in your, on your latest YouTube video. There's no rush. No! No, Trayvon! There needs to be a rush or she'll never do it. You gotta light a fire under her. You got to. She won't do it. I will make sure it happens tonight. Either that or I will take her phone. I don't know where the recipe is, so I can't, I don't... I have no idea where she keeps her recipes. So, but I do have access to her phone. Like, because Amber falls asleep. But I don't know what I would even be looking for. So, I mean, I can't really help in that regard. I wish I could, but I don't know the recipes my wife cooks. She says she'll post it tonight. Alright, everyone keep your fingers crossed that Amber actually does it. Poor Trayvon has been wanting to have that delicious chili for some time. Wait, Trayvon, what is it? Is it chili? What is the recipe for? It's a spicy soup. Okay. Wait, it was literally called monkey soup? Why would somebody want to eat something called monkey? That's like... Oh, it was a Street Fighter joke? I want some monkey soup now? Okay. You cook lots of things for me. I can't keep track of everything. Alright, Black Adam is out. Animated Batman is in. Batarang. Well, that worked. Poison gas means Joker. So animated... Wait, can Two-Face withstand poison gas? Let's see. Two-Face used to be a character that could actually deal with toxins in LEGO games. Awesome! Okay, so Two-Face can still deal with toxins. Good to know. I love consistency. Good job, LEGO. AK Traveler's Tales. Now, can somebody explain to me, what is this LEGO game people keep telling me about? You said there's a new LEGO game coming out. What is it for? I can't find any info about it. I'm curious, like... Is it a console LEGO game? Is it a mobile LEGO game? Is it a VR LEGO game? Like, what's up? What's going on? I want some intel if I could get some, please. Because I don't know. Donkey Kong was going to make a game through Activision? Is that back when they were partnered with Nintendo for Skylanders Supercharged, and they allowed Donkey Kong and Bowser to be characters?
I'm gonna be able to deal with this.
I mean, I personally would only let Retro Studios make Donkey Kong right now, because they seem to get it. I don't know if a new studio could handle Donkey Kong. Did I see Brandon's thing? Yeah, I'm commenting on it. I'm talking about Donkey Kong right now. I did miss the super chats, though. Trayvon super chat. Billy Zane is at a convention the past weekend. Billy Zane seemed like... Okay, I still don't know who Billy Zane is. So we did that super chat. If you read all the mini kits, including DLC. That was from Dimmer. Thank you, Dimmer. Thank you, Dana's Game Reviews. Thank you, Trayvon, and thank you, Dimmer, for the super chats. We appreciate you guys. You help this channel tremendously with your generosity and your kindness, and you know, keeping the lights on. So bless you all. Thank you guys so much, including all our members and viewers as well. Let's see. Were you guys able to put views into the channel through watching the short? Yes, you were. Okay, cool. We're still at 1,100. Good. Better than nothing. So, like I said, we're going to be pushing the cat short. So mods take a hold of that cat short, and we'll be pushing that periodically through the remainder of the stream. And maybe we'll push the crab game later tonight. Sandland's going to be a little confusing for me today because I still have no idea how to get to the forest destination. I don't know. Is it safe for me to move on, or no? It's pointing somewhere else. It's pointing here, behind this. This room over here wants me to go over there. Question is, how do I get there? And the other arrow is pointing right here. Well, I guess we have to use lantern. Oh, the people responsible for the LEGO games are making the Funko game? Yeah, I know. It's a shame that they made it rated M, though. I really want to play it, though. The game looks amazing. It looks like a lot of fun, too. It's just very, very violent. But if you think about it, Lego games are violent too. Oh, did I ruin it? Ow, okay, this dude is straight up attacking me. Bad dog. Alright, we're still okay. Lantern, go take care of the dog. Ow. I thought the dog was chained up. Sorry, puppy. I'm sorry, doggy. Everything is under an alarm. Alright, let's bring in Soups. Superman. Laser vision. Is this something I can build? Well, how do I get past the lasers? Hey guys, do you know how to get past the laser to get to this section? Okay. You're fine. You didn't do anything. Okay, no worries. Drone? A drone? Drone from who? Joker or Batman? I guess we'll try Joker. Airplane Joker. So, animated Joker. Your I think it looks cute. Oh, I can fly. What? Why is that not working? I thought I could fly up over the lasers. That's weird. Well, that didn't do anything. Joker teeth, maybe? I'll get it. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Or not. There's a way to get in there, though, through a thing above? Really? Well, I'll look into it. Way to get in. Above where? Oh! Maybe over here? Did I overlook this? Yes, I did. Alright, awesome. Joker's laughing. Laugh it up, clown. Okay, so we need 2 mini kits, and that's it. 2 mini kits, and then we're doneski. More or less. And then that only leaves the DLC levels and the characters. Ah. Yeah, and then just go to Trayvon's latest video and just put it on there. Who cares?
I have to point this out. See
What? Why are you laughing maniacally?
Because some people still give me something to laugh at. Even Skeletor is laughing. When's the last time you've said something that funny? You're always like, you can't say that online, Amber.
I make you laugh all the time.
Never.
Yes, I do.
Trayvon's my new person to make me laugh.
Whatever.
Trayvon says, you have a point, Luke. If this was not a Lego game, you would see body parts everywhere where people were unalive.
Yeah,
Was I summoned for a specific
Thank you,
purpose, or
Trayvon.
we
You're
just hang out?
breathtaking.
But Lego games have always been violent. And this goes here. I made shapes.
Hey, this is
All
a
right, guys.
pretty
I
nice
need one more
find,
mini kit.
as long as it doesn't have
One
any
more
secret curses on
mini
the
kit.
hood.
Where is the last mini kit? It's saying it's in the ground for some reason. Why? Why is it saying it's in the ground? Why, Joker? It's not funny, Joker.
A lot of comments on this short.
Yep, a lot of comments on the short. Huh? Oh, no, we're stable. I know, I'm pushing the short. We're fine.
What?
Thank you, Remnant Star. If you like us so much, you could subscribe. It'd probably make you happy in the long run. But I appreciate you watching us all these years. I'd love to have your subscription, especially someone who still likes me after all these years. That's does my heart well. So thank you for that. I'm trying to read the chat. Where is the last mini kit? I'm flying around on my jetpack. Because if I beat this dude, isn't it over? Unless... Is there another section to this? Just did. Thank you. Appreciate that. Remnant Star. I'm doing well, and thank you for asking. Yep. Hi, HM Goldback. Sorry. John. Gundam. Or not Gundam. Gamewing. Whoa! Trayvon is the top donator of the game.
What happened?
I guess he really wants you to release that thing.
Ah! Well, I guess I'll be What happened? Ah! Trayvon! Oh my gosh!
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna have to get on this.
Release
now.
the recipe! Stop tormenting this poor man!
I'm sorry!
Stop tormenting!
I have a boss who has me work a lot. It's really hard. I have to keep the views up every hour. Somebody's always stressed about views all the time.
I will always be stressed about views. It's never gonna change.
Right, but how am I supposed to get anything done?
I don't know. Just kind of roll with it.
Amber, how are you? I know Luke is doing good. How are you, Amber? Aww, Trayvon. I'm doing good, Trayvon. I hope you're doing good.
I love that GIF. That's my favorite GIF.
Oh, I'm doing okay, Trayvon. I have to go to a dental appointment next week. I have to send out a Mother's Day gift for Luke's family, and I have to get some food in the house. I gotta get some cottage cheese, and I have to write that recipe down. Maybe I'll send you a few of my recipes, Trayvon. I have a chili recipe, I have a delicious white bean and bacon soup recipe, and I have the spicy soup recipe that was the original recipe. And I'm gonna be making some hamburger helper. Maybe I'll make it today. And I have to make salad today. It's a full-time job, Trayvon, taking care of these 3 cats. I'll tell you.
We have 2 cats.
Oh, what did you say? Meow? That's right, Mr. Muffins. I'll get your food. Don't worry.
I am not a cat! I didn't say meow. I said human words.
Well, was it Mr. Whiskers? That's right. You are a human. You act very human-like.
I'm gonna bite you. I am not a cat.
All right.
I've not said anything cat-like.
Mr. Whiskers is getting a little ornery right now.
I am not a Whiskers. I want to know where the rocket is.
Unbelievable, Trayvon. Thank you so much. Bless your heart, Trayvon. I wish I would have a better day if I could, I wish I could, scoop you out of that, job you work so hard at and hang out with you all day and play video games with you, Trayvon. And have pizza. Bless your heart, Trayvon. You work so hard and you're so humble and kind. And I will get you that soup recipe. At least somebody appreciates my spicy soup. You know why Trayvon wanted the soup recipe? Because you did streams on it where you talked on all these streams about how I made you this delicious soup, but it was too spicy. And Trayvon's like, I like spicy soup. So, Trayvon appreciates my soup. We're gonna get it to him.
Today, Amber.
Fine. Then you know what? I'll look on my phone right now.
Put it on his channel.
Alright, I'm going to my phone right now. Look at all these notepads. I have 500 notepads.
That's a lot of recipes.
No, these aren't all recipes. It's all like...
That's a lot of
Psychonauts.
Oh, wow.
Why do you think I tell people, please leave a comment, because I can't write all of your suggestions, and people are like, can you screenshot what I'm saying and show it to Luke later? I guess so. But guess what, guys and gals? Not to be complainy, but you know why I can't do any vlogs on my K-Wife channel? Because my phone is filled with screenshots about things for you to tell Luke later.
You are a very diligent note taker. Very cool.
Yeah, but my whole life is just reading comments to Luke, which is why I would like my life to be more than that. So please leave a comment, people. My whole phone is taken up on trying to get stuff to Luke.
Oh, now
I've got gymnastics on Monday.
All right, so
thank
we
you for
have
watching the short, guys.
And Sunday, gym on Friday.
And Rock, thank you.
I guess I'm free Tuesday.
All right,
and
so. Oh, I also had a fish soup that I made for Luke, which was actually pretty good.
Worry about did you actually name it spicy soup recipe, or?
Luke, it would have been 2 years ago.
Oh my gosh. Clashing with Kanto. What's that?
What I was really gonna do, Trayvon, was I was gonna try to make the soup again, so I'd remember how to make it, and then write it to you. But I didn't get a chance to make it again, because every time I was about to make it, I don't know, I just didn't get it. So it has cabbage in it.
Cool beans. Clashing with Kanto. Kanto attitude.
No, I have to give Trayvon his soup recipe with interest. So we have to get a few different soup recipes.
I mean, I don't even know how big of a comment you can leave, though.
I can leave multiple comments. I don't think he'll delete them all.
Okay. This is the last story mission. Last story mission hype, people.
Alright, I was gonna go out and get some groceries, but Trayvon is my priority right now. So Luke will have to get it later.
I have Hot Pockets.
Sometimes I
You
think
do?
there's more to me.
Did you eat all the Hot Pockets?
No, I haven't eaten any Hot Pockets. Why would I eat a Hot Pocket?
I have Hot Pockets.
So how are you doing, Trayvon? I hope you're having a good day. I hope people are treating you well at your job. I can come down and beat them up if they're not treating you well.
My powers will be better used elsewhere.
Sad Affleck. I love that picture we have of Ben Affleck being sad. Some of the most memorable, I hate to say this, but like when you add humor to something unintentionally, people remember it. So generation after generation, even though there'll be a new Batman, people will always remember the pale voice and make fun of it. And they'll also remember Sad Affleck.
Maybe I wrote the soup recipe in your thing.
Ah!
What's happening? Trayvon, no! I mean, thank you. Oh, take care of yourself, Trayvon. What's
We don't have
happening?
another GIF, Trayvon. We don't have
gonna
another
have to
GIF.
make one.
We don't have it.
We'll have to make one.
I don't even know what to do anymore.
Trayvon says, sounds good. You guys are a blessing in my childhood. I saw your channel in 2007 when I was 4, and I'm still here. That's amazing, Trayvon.
Trayvon's gonna make the tears come out of my eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Sweat is leaking out of my eyes. What is this liquid?
You're still here? How are you still here, Trayvon? I can't believe it.
Thank you, Trayvon. It helps the channel tremendously, buddy. So as I was saying, like, basically, the reason why people, you know, continue to make fun of Bale and Ben Affleck is because they remember those performances as Batman. Even though, you know, Val Kilmer and, like, Robert Pattinson played good Batmen, they're not memorable. They played a great role, but they didn't do anything that really stuck in the audience's mind or in, like, pop culture. Whereas both Bale, unintentionally, with his Batman voice, which was terrible, ended up becoming, like, the joke of the decade. In fact, people still, when they do impersonation of the Batman, they still use this voice. Even though it's been so long, they still talk like this. That's the Batman voice. For a lot of people, you know? And with Affleck, the thing that people remember most about Affleck is the sad Batman and the Martha thing. Name one thing from Robert Pattinson's Batman movie that sticks in your mind after all these years of seeing it.
I somewhat listened to you, but I'm fine. You see.
No, I'm asking the audience.
Oh, name one thing from Robert Pattinson's movie that sticks in your mind.
Name one thing from both Val Kilmer and Robert Pattinson's Batman movies that you can remember instantaneous without trying to think about it!
No! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Trayvon! Oh my gosh! I'm trying to find the soup recipe. Just give me a minute here. Oh, I found another soup recipe. Hamburger soup. This isn't the same. This is the right one. This isn't the right one, though.
Trayvon! He did it again! Someone take that credit card away from that poor man.
It's his own money.
I know, but his bank account's gonna come after him.
I know you guys need help, so I'm doing this from the goodness of my own heart.
What was I talking
Your heart
about? Something
is
about...
so... Trayvon, you're unbelievable! I don't know what to do!
I'm dumbfounded.
I don't know what to do, Trayvon!
Alright,
Oh my god!
Alright, back on topic. So, ladies and gentlemen, name one scene from Val Kilmer or Robert Pattinson that has the longevity of either the quotes that Bale did in the quotes that Bale did in the Nolan films, or the Batman voice, or Sad Affleck meme, and Martha. Like, what are the ones? What are the things that are most? What are the Okay, that's terrifying. Sure, whatever. I can't talk anymore.
What Robert Pattinson quote from the movie has the same longevity and memorableness as quotes from stuff such as Bale, Batman, and Keaton?
No, we didn't bring Keaton into this. Keaton you can remember because Keaton has so many things.
Alright, so what has longevity such as, what Robert Pattinson quotes from the movie or moments in the movie have enough memorability and longevity as stuff from Affleck and Bale?
Yeah.
Is there anything that is as memorable as stuff from Affleck and Bale? Because Luke is basically saying no, there's not, because Robert Pattinson is just like Batman, and that's it, and it doesn't do anything.
The only thing I can think of is, like, and it's already died down, is everybody was doing the meme where Batman was always walking towards someone in fire. But even today, when non-Batman fans make fun of Batman, they bring up the Martha thing, or they make fun of Batman's voice. When most YouTubers make Batman content, they always have somebody that does the Bale voice badly.
Yeah,
every time.
There's nothing meme worthy of Robert Pattinson. That's what you're saying.
There's no memes. There's lots of memes. That's why Affleck and Bale will always be like immortalized as Batman, is because of their memes.
I can't think of anything except for I Am Vengeance. What have you done? As he punches the glasses, John Doe. Someone else said something about a hard drive.
Yeah, that's the thumb drive wasn't really.
Luke and Amber, I discovered your channel 2 years ago. I'm glad to be an Ultimate member for 1 month. Who loves what you guys do in terms of wholesome content. Thank you, Geeky PJ. Appreciate that so much.
Holy crap! Gamer Gal!
Gamer Gal Val!
Gamer Gal Val returns. What is going on?
Thank you, Geeky PJ, for the super chat. You're breathtaking.
My mind just shut off.
Thank you, Gamer Gal Val! Ah!
Oh my god.
Did I see part 21 of your comment? Did I see your comment on part 21, Game Wing? Now I feel bad, says Game Wing.
Did we ever do PJ's stream? What was PJ's stream? PJ, what was your stream?
I gave you guys information on part 21, says Game Wing.
Okay. Part 21 of what? I don't even know what's happening anymore.
Thank you, Gamer Galval! Thank you so
crap.
much! Ah! We had a super chat from Geeky PJ.
You guys are gonna make liquid come out of my eyes. I wasn't expecting this today. I'm having sweat problems. I can't even think
We have
anymore.
to work hard, because if anything happens to Trayvon, we have to go scoop him up and take care of him.
I actually know what I will do if YouTube... I had a brilliant idea because I saw it from an anime. I am going to become a reseller.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, apparently it's this thing in Japan where people go and they buy certain merchandise and then they jack up the price online when they sell
Isn't that what your cousin does?
I think it is, actually, yes.
I thought that's what your cousin does.
I think that's what he does. Yeah, so, I mean, I have a plan now. If YouTube falls apart, I'm going to become like... There's a whole anime around people going around, standing in line, buying merchandise, and then when the merchandise sells out, they jack up the price online. And they make a successful business out of it.
What are you guys doing today? I missed how you guys are doing today, says William. Thank you, William. You're breathtaking. Thank you for being a member for 11 months. You're amazing.
How are we doing? I can't speak anymore. Between Trayvon and Gamer Gal, I'm
gonna work Luke harder than ever in case anything happens to Trayvon. I have to go feed him soup. I'll have to go down there and actually feed you some soup, Trayvon.
I'm like Dr. Crane in Batman Begins. Dr. Crane isn't here right now. Please leave a message.
Trayvon is like the fact that he was 4 when he started watching. I don't want to be weird, but he's like my internet son.
You made it weird.
I made it weird, bud.
You made it weird. You made it weird.
I made it weird now. Sorry, Trayvon. I'm about to make things weird. I'm looking for the soup recipe.
She's still looking for the soup recipe.
I found a hamburger soup recipe.
This is how amazing Amber is. Like, she
found
literally...
a pulled pork soup recipe. This isn't the one.
She is a note taker, ladies and gentlemen. So when she takes notes...
Pokemon stream tonight. Pokemon Teal Mask, episode 11.
Can't we put
There's
that on
the
a hard
link
drive?
for it.
We could put that on a hard drive and then
This is why I cannot do any videos on my channel, because I am sitting here writing down everything people are saying, and they're like, did you get that? And it's like, this is why when people say like, aren't you Luke's secretary? And I'm just like,
no, I
guess, but I don't want to be. It's hard to write all this down because people don't understand that. When if I write 17 things down a stream, and we're streaming 4 times a day, 5 times a day, and we're streaming 80 hours a week.
My brain is mush.
You know, after a while, you know, my phone is full, and I can't do anything. I can't write music on my phone. I can't do anything. So, like, when I have a mental breakdown and I'm like, hey guys, I can't write anything down. I can't give this comment. Can you just write a comment? I'm not trying to be mean. Luke can see. My phone is full.
I see colors again. I see colors from the chat. I'm exhausted.
I'm back to Psychonauts. That happened 8 months. I have to stream. I have to go even further back.
I have to go
find
further
it.
back to 2 years.
This is a cork suit.
Who sent colors again? Trayvon! Why?
No, Trayvon, no!
No bidding wars, guys. I have a headache.
It's a. Trayvon is dominating the bidding war here.
Trayvon is the bidding war. Trayvon is bidding with himself. I don't.
Trayvon is bidding with us. It's fine, guys. You are my joy.
That sounds sus. You can't.
Ah! $500!
What?
Oh my god!
No way!
Yes, it is!
No way!
That's what it says!
It says 50, you fool!
Okay, well, I was having a mental breakdown.
You almost gave me a heart
Well, he
attack!
already did donate 300, Luke. 350.
I know, but it's not... Okay.
Alright, I was having a problem. Alright, I'm glad. Don't do the 5...
gosh.
Don't... Thank you, Trayvon. Alright, we have to make sure we... Trayvon must be protected!
Oh, my ears
At
must
all
be
costs. If anything happens to YouTube and our house burns down, I'm gonna leave Luke with the cats. I'm gonna go make soup for Trayvon.
I already told you, I'm becoming a reseller. That's my plan. It works in Japan, I will work here.
Party at Amber's house. Luke, with one of these donations, everything is
what?
going to the channel, but I'm wondering if I can take $7 to get a recipe book from Amazon, please.
Yes.
So I can write down my recipes so they're not on my phone.
Yes.
Alright, Trayvon, part of your donation is to get me a recipe book.
And Trayvon just paid for all the games we'll be covering the next 2 months.
Alright,
I
and we
believe.
have to take care of Trayvon at all costs.
Yes, Trayvon is a national treasure. PJ, did we ever do your ultimate, buddy? I know you became an ultimate. Did we ever? Oh, why?
Trayvon, no!
I can't run the GIF anymore. He wins the donation train. He wins everything. Trayvon wins everything.
Oh my gosh. Someone dared him.
Don't dare Trayvon. The man needs his money.
He's gotta...
Trayvon, it's enough, buddy.
He's gotta get ingredients for the soup.
He won't be able to... Trayvon just gave revenue for the week. Holy crap. That's a... I believe that's a record for Trayvon.
Thank you, Trayvon. You're breathtaking.
I don't think... PJ, what was your ultimate? What was your ultimate, PJ? I need to know.
You know, we have to get... Oh, was it supposed to be on Tuesday?
I might have missed it, but I don't...
I'm so sorry, PJ.
I don't remember, because I did Jotaro's ultimate, like, really long.
My ultimate stream was gonna be Star Fox 64. It's supposed to be on Friday, says PJ.
Okay, it's this Friday. Okay, we're still good.
Alright,
Okay,
we haven't
alright.
missed it yet. We haven't missed it yet.
Alright.
We have about 4 ultimates to do for Trayvon now. If you have any stream you want us to do, Trayvon.
Trayvon has his Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
Yes, he could have an honorary stream if he wants. That sounds fair. If he wants a Ninja Turtle stream, he can have a Ninja Turtle stream. Oh, my head. I can't even think anymore.
No, Trayvon works hard for his money. Nobody's gonna take his money away from him. He's his own man. He works very hard. I'm very proud of Trayvon. Nobody can tell him what to do with his card. He works very hard. He works very hard.
Yeah, he works very hard.
Trayvon is out there. That will not go to waste. It will go to the
Keeping the channel alive.
keeping the channel alive. It will go to the business internet needed to run the channel. It will go to the software needed to make edit all the videos. It goes to the extremely high electric bill that we have to run all the streams. And it also goes to getting all of the different cords, equipment, different kinds of things that we need to do to stream certain kinds of games. Like we just had somebody that helped out get a Steam Deck. That went to that. So Trayvon's donation will go to similar items like Steam Deck, things, what do you call those things where you put data on? Maybe getting data, you know, for all of the Photoshop files and all of the,
I think that Trayvon just paid for your refurbished PC.
No, honey, no, it did not. No, it did not.
Okay.
It is going to the maintenance of the channel, and I'm not getting a new PC because of this. This is going to the maintenance of the channel, and I'm very stingy with my money.
I thought you wanted a Photoshop PC.
I'm not buying anything new. This is
Okay.
going to all of the costs that we need for our, you know, thing.
Okay.
It's going to the continuation of Kwings Let's Plays to keep the channel on the air, all of our regular costs.
Okay, that's fine. Why is the dirt
a
there?
portion, like $20, could go towards the future PC, but not. I am very good with my money at this point, and
Of course you are. There we go.
this goes to, you know, all the things we need to do. Capture cards, new software, everything like that. Updated things. We have to update our Elgato. We have to update all of our software to run all of the programs.
Whoops, why did that not
It's like Nintendo. It would be like how Nintendo has their security chest and of funding that they need to keep Nintendo running for years. That's what it is like.
That makes sense.
To make sure the channel stays on the air, not to make sure I get a PC that I would like. It's to make sure the channel stays on the air.
Exactly.
That's what it always is for.
Yeah, of course, Amber.
Someday I will get a PC that I can help run, make more videos on my channel, but that is secondary. Everything that is donated to Kwings Let's Plays does not go to K-Wife channel. It does not go to something I would like. It goes to the running of Kwings Let's Plays and the business. I'm sorry for being dominant about that, but or not dominant.
Honey, you're like you're a partner of the channel. You're a co-owner.
Everything is for it.
All right, my brain is mush. Guys and gals, what am I supposed to do with this last brick?
Everything goes towards keeping the channel on the air.
I can't think anymore. I'm about to. Okay. What? How do I get this last brick?
Thank you, Gamer Gal Val, for becoming an ultimate. Let us know what you would like, Gamer Gal Val.
I'm just gonna put cat juice.
What Luke was saying is I needed a PC to help run part of the Kwings Let's Plays channel. Like if I can get a refurbished one from Amazon, because I can't run everything on my phone.
Yeah.
It's ruining my phone. I can't get anything done, and I can't. It would be really easier for me to make Photoshop files and stuff on another PC. I could also start answering comments on another PC. Go through that. Start like editing the channel, everything like that. Doing all the maintenance I need on the channel on another PC, because right now I don't have my own computer.
I am overwhelmed with the emotions and I can't think. Trayvon just like pulled the channel out of the dirt for like
okay, where is
week.
PJ? Have to go now in terms of working at the gym, but I'll see you later tonight for the other streams. Okay, thank you, PJ.
Later, PJ.
Thank you for being an ultimate. And for the kind words, PJ. And I appreciate that you like the wholesome content. Thank you so much. Except for we were talking about how Legos were slaughtered today. But other than that, it's been mainly wholesome. Thank you for being an ultimate, PJ. Bless your heart. Looking forward to your stream on Friday. And I screenshotted it on my phone. Alright, now I'm still looking for Trayvon's thing. You said I need to get this soup recipe. Luke.
Yeah, he needs his soup. The man needs his soup.
It better be good soup.
It better be the best soup
Honestly,
ever.
you know what I should call this? $500 soup. That should be the name of my soup.
That's
Because it is $500 soup now.
$500 soup.
I should be like Cloud where he always charges $2,000. I should have a little bistro and I make this soup and I charge people $500 and I'll be like, this is the amount that was paid for it before, so this is how much it's worth. Pay me $500 for a cup of this.
Why is there a flash thing here? And we don't have the red brick either. I literally can't think anymore. I'm
Didn't
overwhelmed.
expect to run into
My
something
brain
like
is
this.
overwhelmed.
I can't
I'm
use
happy, but I'm dumbfounded.
I'm finding lots of soup recipes here on my phone, Trayvon. Apparently I've written a lot of them down over the years. I've written, I might even give you a fish soup recipe that I made.
Give him whatever recipe you want.
This'll be no
You are so lucky, says Trayvon. I'm getting this soup recipe for Trayvon. That should be what I do. That should be the name of my restaurant, $500 soup. And then when people come in, they'll be like, where's the $500 soup? And it'll be like donated to a good cause. Maybe it could be donated.
You're gonna donate the soup?
No, I'll donate. I mean, I can't.
Like a speakeasy?
I don't know.
You'd be running underground prohibition stuff?
I mean, I heard that, you know, Al Capone's soup was better than the government soup that they had. You see that? There's a special on it, Tasting History. He recreates Al Capone's soup. And that was when Al Capone was seen as public enemy #1. And then what happened was Al Capone was really upset because he wanted to be seen as the Robin Hood of his time. But, you know, the little, you know, slight problem such as the Valentine's Day massacre kind of put a damper on that.
Let's not.
People didn't really think of him as a Robin Hood after that, but he really. So the problem is, you know, they were trying to hunt him down. The government was trying to hunt him down. So what he did was to try to get public favor. He made his own soup kitchen, and he made the soup better than the government soup. And then they actually interviewed a guy on the soup line, like a homeless guy, and they said, how's the soup? And they said, better than the government's. And then they put that in the newspaper. And then Al Capone beat the U.S. government at their own game. He actually won in the soup competition because he showed he could make better soup than the government. And he won. He won the public opinion.
So how do I activate the... There's no music notes here, gang. How do I do it?
And that's what happened.
Yep, that's how Luke's brain got fried.
And that's how you know, if I ever become a supervillain and people are after me, what I'm going to do is make delicious soup and then I'll win that way. If the government tries to hunt me down, I'll be like, at least I can make better soup than you. Just like Al Capone. Sick burn. Sick burn. Doesn't matter if they put you in prison, as long as you can make better soup, then you know. You know that you won.
I don't even know what to talk about anymore. I don't know what's going on.
The best thing to do, though, if I was a criminal mastermind, is I wouldn't tell my husband about it at all. That way, he can't be liable.
You can't shut up about things. You would tell me all kinds of stuff.
How do you know I haven't done anything bad yet?
But you always say things.
No, I would be really cryptic about it. I'd be like, I saw something weird happen today, and there may have been something that had happened that was not quite right, but you don't need to worry about it. I hope you have a wonderful night, sweetheart. If anyone comes after me, just don't answer the door for a few days. Just because there might be some crazy stalker / police officer after me. Have a nice sleep.
51141. We're done.
I didn't see. I'm looking for Trayvon's soup, and everything is on my phone. I don't have a PC to look on it, so I didn't see the last super chat. Luke will have to read it.
We are done.
Secretary Luke, can you please read the last super chat? I cannot. I'm looking for Trayvon's soup recipe.
Been demoted. I already read it. You weren't paying attention.
What was it?
Press the notes on the top, not the story one.
You have to read who it's from and say thank you.
I said thank you, Dimmer.
Thank you, Dimmer student, for the super chat.
You were talking about all kinds of things. You didn't even hear what I said.
Sorry.
I did. I acknowledged the super chat as soon as it happened.
All right. I guess I'll give you a raise for that.
I want that.
Oh my gosh,
salad.
Trayvon, I am going to give you the best recipe. I made the best recipe with cheap ingredients, which now, you know, white bean, bacon, but, you know, if you can find a nice bacon, oh my gosh. And then some Savoy cabbage. And yeah, it has to be the Savoy kind because, oh my gosh. So good. So good. Delicious. Like, you have no idea. I made it for Luke. It was unbelievable. Can you believe this guy? He left an entire Tupperware and it went bad. Can you believe this? If Trayvon was in my house, he would never do that. He would be eating all my stew. He would have eaten the whole thing. You gotta step it up, Luke. You gotta step it up a little.
I can't eat your spicy soup.
That's why Trayvon wanted the recipe, because he says he doesn't mind spicy food.
I can't eat the spicy soup.
Oh, here's the recipe for your salad, Luke. I wrote it down.
And all that's left is... Alright, so... Let's look at this, guys and gals. Here we go. Look. Alright. Mask of the Phantasm, done 100%. Done, 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 done. This is a first for the channel. We have never, ever, ever 100%ed the story missions in LEGO DC Supervillains. We will be doing the DLC, because I think we did do the DLC before. So the next stream is going to focus on Reign of Fire through Mask of the Phantasm, because Mask of the Phantasm is awesome. And then that's it. And then we only have to find... There are missing suitcase characters. But Trayvon, my brain is on pause. I hope you guys will look forward to...
I'm still looking for that soup recipe. It's happening.
She'll be looking for the soup recipe for some time. LEGO DC Supervillains will not be tomorrow. Little Cat Big City will be tomorrow. Trayvon, if you want an honorary Ninja Turtle stream, let me know. I can get you one next week. This week I'm booked on the weekend, I believe. I'm pretty sure I have PJ and PJ and I think Gamer Gal Val is Saturday, and wait, what day is it? Oh wait, no, Friday is booked. I have to do PJs on Saturday or Thursday because the 10th is VG. The 10th is already PJ, the Star Fox game, can you do the 9th or the 11th? I already have the 10th and the 12th booked. I have the 9th and I have the 11th open, I believe, because I don't know what day Gamer Gal Val is doing hers. But I have Sunday and Friday are already booked. They've been booked in advance for quite a while. Sorry about... No, PJ's already gone. Shoot. I'll have to talk to PJ.
Whoops.
When PJ comes back. Alright. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Trayvon, thank you so much for financing the channel for a week. Or 5 days, or whatever. That's absolutely astounding. My brain is completely on autopilot. I will see you guys for the mech game in just a little bit. God bless, happy gaming. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Watch the YouTube short. In the meantime, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Thank you, Trayvon. Thank you, everyone. You're all breathtaking.